We are live once again in the Mint Doors, 12 days of live streams, and we are very honored to bring to you another highly successful entrepreneur who blends well-being with his work. And so welcome to our live stream, Dr. Alan Stern.
Laura, Karen, I can't thank you enough for having me. It's a joy, it's an honor, and let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun. So before we get started, a little bit about Alan. So he is number one, amazing. We call him the greatest Alan of all time. So the Goat.
Or the Gayot, whatever.
There you go. Or even more. That would be beautiful too. So Alan works with dentists who want to create a workplace that is both productive and profitable, but also a life that is rewarding and meaningful. And in fact, he wrote the book called Enjoy the Ride. And so he helps dentists get out of the daily grind, take charge, and build a better roadmap to a better life. It's really cool because people, when they work with Alan, say they feel like they get more focus, more energy, and more momentum, tackling goals they never thought were possible. So I think that's wonderful. And this comes from somebody who sets high goals from himself, such as a 10.5-minute plank at the age of 66. So welcome to the live stream, Dr. Alan Stern. We are honored to have you here. And no, we aren't planking today.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to tell you how old I am, but I will tell you that was 3.5 years ago when I did that plank. And I'm working my way back up again. I did 7 last week, and I will break 10 in the first quarter of 2023. I guarantee you that.
That's awesome.
Wow. Well, if we're ever doing live planking, as my girls would have said when they were little, I'll be the judge. So you two can plank and I'll be the judge.
It'll be almost as exciting as watching paint dry, but that's another story.
But I think the cool thing to do would be to interview you at the same time as you're planking.
That would be a challenge.
But you'll be relieved that isn't our first question for today.
Thank you.
I know that I'm just excited knowing that the answers to this first question are going to be so insightful. So this year, if you could share with us, Alan, maybe 2 or 3 habits or routines that you've got that have maybe helped you just move the needle and really make a difference for you.
The big one, Karen, is the habit of understanding that what I'm doing now is my calling.
Mm-hmm.
Really understanding, and we overuse the word passion. There are a lot of overused words, but I know in my soul that this is what I'm here to do. And when I sit down on my non-clinical days and I'm doing this type of work, I physically feel different, and it really creates that awareness inside of me. So awareness of my purpose in life and constantly beating that into my head, knowing that this is what I'm here for. Number 2, I think in an entrepreneurial or business sense, just constantly planting seeds, connecting with people I've been in touch with, connecting with advocates, connecting with people for whom I can advocate. I can think of 2 people in those latter 2 categories right now. But connecting and just reaching out to people I've been in touch with, just constantly planting seeds. It's a constant effort to get my word out, to get my message out. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens because we create it for ourselves. And there's everything right about that. And the other thing, and it's secondary or it's tangential, is hanging out with like-minded people. I think we all go through periods of self-doubt. We all go through imposter syndrome. We all go through, can I really do this? And when I hang out either in person or virtually with people like you and the many other people that we all share as friends and colleagues, that really does validate me and motivate me and push me to really go. And it's an important message for dentists particularly, But for all people, just hang out with like-minded people and prop each other up.
Mm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's my secret sauce.
The
Mm.
things that I love about all three of those things is not one of them costs any money
Mm.
Yeah.
or time.
Yep.
They're all part of just your day-to-day life and the way that your modus operandi is how you are.
Mm. Mm.
Look, the reality is that it does take a bit of a financial investment to launch or maintain anything,
Mhm.
but that's not it shouldn't be so your success shouldn't be solely
Mhm.
dependent on that.
Mhm.
The other driving forces will cause the material assets to flow, and then
Mhm.
you can allocate them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, I love those, and I'm going to remember those. We've learned so much doing these live streams, and so yet again, we've got 3 great things that move the needle. So, speaking of flow, what do you like to read, listen to, watch? What have been some of the books or movies or podcasts that have flowed into your life that
Uh,
you would recommend?
I'm kind of movie ignorant,
Mm.
or as Chris Rock would say, ignorant. Uh, I don't know why, but my wife and I we're not getting out to the movies. We're not real big movie people. Um, my reading, I've discovered some really cool books in the last year. Think Again by Adam Grant.
Mm.
Uh, I just finished Both and Thinking by Smith and Lewis. Have you seen that book at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
We deal with paradoxes. The world is not either or. There are many truths. There are more than two right answers. There are many right ways to do things, and
Mhm.
there are many beliefs. And so, if we can integrate um, both and, um, God, if we could do it in this country with the left and the right, and just
Mm.
have people listen. One of my Alanisms, book coming out in 2024, the Book of Alanisms, SQL, shut up and listen,
Mm.
and then try to find a common ground and build up rather than tear down. Both and Thinking is a great book.
Mm.
And another one that's not a new book, The Second Half of Life by Angeles Arian.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Um, I think I'm in the second half of life, unless I've really got some good luck and good genetics going for me. Uh, but there are some realizations in the second half of life that are not really realized in the first half,
Mm.
where we're striving, we're driving, we're entrepreneuring, we're building, we're saving, we're investing, and we're running our off. I can't say that word here. I'm in New Jersey, but I won't say that. But the second half of life, you come to realize what's really important.
Mm.
You come to focus more on the spiritual gains that you can attain for yourself,
Mhm.
and the manner in which you can contribute and leave a legacy. And in fact, a big part of what I'm doing with Better, Richer, Stronger falls into that category.
Mm.
Make a contribution. I want to leave a legacy of something really, really good that will resonate, hopefully for generations in the people that I touch.
Mm.
So the sec, the second half of life by Angeles Arian. Oh
Mm.
goodness, please read that book.
That sounds awesome. That sounds really good.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And a good book to read in the first half of your life, maybe.
To prepare for it, absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. As far as watching things, there's a time I've got to let go and a time I've got to really relax my brain. So there are a few TV shows that Fran, my wife, and I like to sit and watch and engross in, and of course, my New York Yankees.
Aw, there
That's
you go.
part of my big diversion too. So I do enjoy baseball a lot. So
Mhm. Excellent.
yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
good. I have, as you're talking there, and like this just came up to me, but something that if I could have a suggestion for you that I think you would, and this is to watch. It's not a movie, but it's a TV show, and it's called Limitless with Chris Hemsworth.
I will write that down.
And in each of these episodes, he's looking for the secret to living a healthy and long life.
Mm.
And he does this by putting himself through a series of challenges. And it sounds like light-hearted entertainment when you first watch it, but it's not. Like the things that he does to challenge himself and find the secret to a long and healthy life. I found it fascinating watching, and I have learned so much. But I think you would really like that one.
Are those challenges physical, nutritional,
Both.
mental, emotional?
All sorts, all
Wow.
sorts of challenges under these programs. So
Where do we get that?
I think you're gonna have to find somebody who's got Disney Plus.
Okay.
But it's good. It's really worth it. Or get a free trial of Disney Plus.
Okay. It's written down.
Yeah, it's really good. So as you look forward now to 2023, what do you see for yourself next year? What are you visualizing?
Oh my. One of my favorite song quotes is from Jimmy Buffett's Changes in Latitude. Yesterday's over my shoulder. I can't look back for too long. There's too much to see waiting in front of me that I know that I just can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I see some significant challenges, but the end result will be me on this platform, on this Better, Richer, Stronger platform. For the next 15 to 20 years, I see myself speaking to study groups. I see myself coaching dentists who are lost. I see a really serious sense of gratification and reward in myself. I see, look, our clinical shelf lives as dentists is limited. And after 41 years, I'm starting to realize that. So at some point, I'm going to let it go. And I see that as a look back. Yesterday's over my shoulder, and regrets, I've had a few, but then again, not too many. And I'll look back on that with great fondness and great satisfaction, but onward and upward. And I'm not slowing down. I have a lot of work to do. So in 2023, I see a lot of change. Personally, I think I'm going to relocate at some point. Where that will be, that's subject of, let's say, passionate disagreement with my wife. I mean, or it's actually a struggle to figure it all out because we're not sure. But I see a lot of big, exciting, formidable changes. The end result of them will be an even better life. No slowdown, baby. No slowdown. Just more and more good stuff.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. And I would just like to take one moment to say, wow, 41 years.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It was a struggle to get to where I am. It was hard. It was harder for me than most. I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of very serious mistakes, business-wise, financially, and so on. But man, I recovered. And you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So, and that's what I love about you is that you're authentically vulnerable and, just share with everyone who you are and how we are all more alike than we are different.
It's so important, Laura,
Mhm.
to understand that every one of the people we learn from, whether it's in clinical dentistry or here in our world, all of us are faulted, flawed human beings. All of us have become what we are as a result of dealing with adversity and growing from it rather than caving under it. And I think the adversities that I faced, I throw it out there for real, they made me what I am. And it could have been better. Life could have been better, but it could have been worse. And I made the most of it. And I'm living a good life as a result of the lessons that I learned.
Yeah, that's awesome. So looking, you're talking about looking back and all the lessons, but let's look into 2023. Do you have one word or one phrase or one sentence that is going to be your anchor for 2023?
When you ask a guy from New Jersey to think about one word, you are really walking on dangerous ground. Because my vocabulary is filled with landmines. But the word that I think is going to really define or characterize what I do? Not retirement, refirement.
Ooh, I like it.
I think, and I'll credit our friend Mark LeBlanc for teaching me that word.
Mhm,
Um, coaches need coaches, and Mark LeBlanc he's my guy.
mhm,
He's my mentor, my confidant, my friend. And we talk about that a lot because you know what? Just to be raw and vulnerable once again,
mhm,
I am very proudly declaring that I'm 69 years old. Learned that from a college sorority sister of mine who's a geriatric social worker. I'm proud of my age, but I also go through periods of doubt where, am I too old for this?
mm,
Shouldn't I be retired? And first of all, you don't should on yourself. And second of all, it's refirement.
mhm,
Got a huge second wind for life,
mhm,
and I've got an enormous purpose.
mhm.
So the word is refirement.
I love it. It's a great word.
It's kind of powerful and so much potential.
Yeah,
Mhm.
watch
We will be watching very closely. So before we round all of this up, Alan, can you share with the people who are watching how they can learn a little bit more about you and your work, and maybe where they could catch up with you maybe in 2023?
I would invite all of the Mint Door people, regardless of the role they play in the dental community, um, to go to my Facebook page, which is simply Better, Richer, Stronger.
Mhm,
My website is betterricherstronger.com. And my email is the same thing, betterricherstronger@gmail. And I always, one of the things I really love doing is sitting down for 30 or 45 minutes with anybody,
mhm,
just to listen to their stories, learn a little bit from them and about them, and perhaps open their eyes to things that they may not be seeing.
mhm,
Because life is pretty good, and a career in dentistry is pretty good. And any career can be pretty good as long as you understand your why and just maintain a love for other human beings.
mhm.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's so well said, as is almost everything besides some of your jokes that you say.
My son is right behind that wall there. I hope he heard that. Not the joke part, but the other thing.
Yeah, I love your jokes, don't get me wrong, but connect with Alan. His Facebook group is phenomenal. He does a lot of really cool things in there, so definitely hop into Better, Richer, Stronger. Check out his website, send him an email. He is always a delight to have a conversation with. So thank you, Alan, for spending some time with us on the 12 days of live streams and sharing some of your wisdom. We appreciate you and can't wait to see what 2023
Well,
brings.
Karen, I just hope to get to see you guys in 3D again. That's all.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
All right.
awesome.
Best
All
to you
right.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you
We'll
tomorrow.
see ya.